weakest area in my whole process is pushing the record button.
Ah, yes.
Bingo. Good on that. Start you out with some air, and then if you don't like it, you can close it.
Okay.
It does get, like I say, a little toasty until we get moving. So, A4. And I think I have those pedals adjusted out of your way. You might feel them a little bit, okay, but you won't need them if you decide you want to do a little flying. You won't need the pedals today.
Okay.
They're kind of a pain. A for altimeter set. A for air brakes closed and locked. B for ballast is out. B for belts. Brian, you're belted?
Yep.
C for controls are free. You didn't put a camera or a bag in there.
Nope.
Good.
All clear.
Trim is neutral. Connected to the tail plane. That's the embarrassing one to miss.
Oh, sure.
Canopy is closed and latched. Direction of wind is from the right. Emergency turn right. Rally check. We are ready for takeoff.
Turbo traffic, rally 312, Romeo Alpha, that's party 30, glider.
So I will give it full left stick to raise my right way. I'm going to raise the nose just a hair, like that, and wait for it to fly, like that. Gets a little speed up, he starts to climb right in here. It's like a 90-degree day. These things do get a little warm. A lot of standing water, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we've gone from about 10,000 lakes up to maybe twice as many now.
The first flight this morning, I swear there was twice as many puddles as you see now in the farm field. We're on Circle Lake, north of here a bit, and I fully expect to have to go figure out a way to get my dock panels off, if they're still there. That lake comes up pretty good. Yeah, so this is you probably, maybe, did you fish in this area? You go boating or anything, right? Or not really?
Not much. Yeah, when I do go, it's up north.
This is Kelly Dudley. We're coming up on the right down below us. The deepest lake in the whole area. I understand it's like 80 feet deep or something. Cold, clean water. This little tiny thing to the right of it. And those are actually lily pads on the shore. All the other lakes, you see that green, you can be sure it's algae, but this is that's a very clean, deep lake. The next one up on the left, I guess, is French. And then the next one up on the right is Disaster.
Yep. We've got Cedar Lake with the island over there on the left.
Yep.
My parents, there's one little pond on the north side of Cedar Lake, and my parents actually own 50 acres just on the north part there.
Oh, that's right. Corey's been towing us up over that lake all day.
Huh.
See if he doesn't get it. That'll kite him there. up to the tow pilots pretty much to decide where they want to take me. I don't like to micromanage their flying too much, but generally they just, their mission is to leave us in upwind so that as we kind of frolic them out, we drift back. You know what lake this is on the right here, Ryan? The little one down there with the kind of the...
I don't know. There's one around here called Mud Lake. Not really privy of it. There's several smaller ones up here.
You ever played around with Google Sky before? Google Sky?
Sky, no.
You take your smartphone out and you can kind of aim it at the sky and you can see all the constellations.
Oh, I've used software similar to that.
Yeah, they should have that for mapping, like in the plane. We aim our smartphone to the ground and kind of identify stuff for it. They probably got it. Usually by the time you think of something, it's been out a while. So, are they folks, your folks that have property on this side of the Cedar?
Yeah, my mom and dad, and they're not right on the lake, but they've got a little pond. Yep.
And we're going right over it here, but we can't see it. It's not perfectly round pond, is it? Because if it is, it's down to the left.
Yep, I see it. We're almost right underneath it there. It's that little spot.
Oh yeah.
Little driveway. You'll see that's our granary in the back, and that little that truck with the little white toolbox in the back.
Yeah.
That's my truck that doesn't have any brakes, and it used to be a mud truck of mine. So
cool.
Looking to see if I can see them hanging out outside or anything. But yeah,
you can actually. You have what service do you have, Verizon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 15-second call before they cut you off. They don't like to fire up too many towers, but you won't get in trouble. They'll just turn off your signal. You can tell them to look up and look to the east a little bit. I'll tell Corey to do a circle game, huh?
Sure. Yeah, it's ringing. They might be outside, actually.
My phone is ringing now.
See all the little trails there in the backyard where we take the four-wheelers and so forth.
I lost it again. I had that safe.
Right, straight to our left and down, kind of the...
oh, yeah.
Got that.
Oh, yeah, I see those trails, one of those small, like pine trees almost.
Yep.
So did you guys grow anything or cattle or just country living?
Strictly a country living, yeah.
So you born there?
No, I was born in town and we moved out there when I was in early high school.
Okay.
I live back in town again now, but it'd sure be nice to get back out in the country.
Yeah. All right, we'll have to take us over town now. How about that?
All right.
remote thing to flight lessons with me. We put him in a booster seat back here, and this is doing really good. Start him young. She does all of her chores and everything, then she gets I think two lessons a month.
Oh, what a reward that is.
Yeah. About 1,000 feet to go, and then we're going up at about 400 feet per minute, so about 2.5 minutes.
Like we got some little bit of rain maybe to our south there.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Hopefully I'll be able to get in my last 2 flights.
The stuff seemed to be drying up on the radar when I was checking it earlier. It was coming from the south, but it was drying up pretty fast.
That's tomorrow's weather, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've had so many days off this year, it's been like a regular job. Normally, for about the first 4 or 5 years I did this, I was 7 days a week. And the only time I got off work was if it rained or the wind was too strong. I take off Mondays, but I've been getting too many days off these last couple of months. It's I-35, it's just that busy all the time, too. Other cars on it?
Yep. Buildings that I work is the middle school with the baseball diamonds there on the south side of town. It's kind of the building my office is out of, although I work for all of them. You can see the high school pretty clearly too, actually.
How many computer techs does it take to keep those high schools going?
Well, we only have 3. We have 3 techs, so we've got about 1,400 computers or so, and we handle phones and television, video, kind of the jack of all trades.
Do you do much of it from a single office over the internet, or do you get up and move a lot?
Yeah, we get up and move a lot. Most of the job is holding hands and so forth, and helping people out one-on-one.
Now, are you employed by the schools, or are you a private company that
I've been employed with the school since '97, so basically when I turned 18.
Wow.
Pretty good situation for me. The economy was booming, and got my foot in the door, and worked out. My dad used to be he was always a radio guy, and ham radio and electronics, and for a few years when I was in elementary, he actually worked at the KDHL as a kind of a station engineer. So I used to go in that building between the KDHL AM towers there in the middle, and he used to fire up the dummy loads.
You grew up with this stuff, then?
Yeah. Electronics and radio, all that stuff.
Even analog stuff, which is the most impressive stuff to learn to troubleshoot, I think. All right, well, we are up here, Brian.
Yep.
Another 50 feet.
Okay.
So that yellow now,
Yep.
Go ahead and give it a blow, watch the rope disappear.
All right.
All right, we go right, go to the left. It's kind of fun to watch it drop away. It gives you your first sense of 3 dimensions here when he drops out. Just make out Minneapolis through the haze. So we're Minneapolis is right out there. That's I-35.
Yep. Okay.
Follow it with your eye. Just below the horizon, you can see some skyscrapers kind of lost.
Oh, sure. Yep. Got it.
That's about 50 miles, I guess. Interesting sky. Yeah, that is coming up from the south, all right. That's lucky.
Yep.
control plane down to the left, real steep, spiraling down over the school. Right down below us, like way down.
Oh yeah, got it. Yep.
Every once in a while we get a phone call. It's like, yeah, that looks like a little plane's coming in lane. It's losing gas because it's got that rope. You know? Thank you, but I know what you're talking about. My right wing will be pointing at the airport in 3, 2, 1, right there. Yep. So my right wing we're
Oh yeah, sure.
my right wing we're a big pointer. Here's Shattuck. That's always an interesting sight. Right there. And down there, see the inflatable dome? Shattuck.
Oh yeah, sure.
And then to the right of it,
Yeah, in Roosevelt. Yeah, in Roosevelt Elementary, right up by it.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's kind of where those two little mounds of dirt are down there. That's Roosevelt. Kind of looks like a prison.
Well, isn't that the school for the deaf? No.
Nope. That is a.
I think not. Oh, look up to the left. Check this guy out. What do they have here?
Oh yeah.
He's 11,000 or above. That's kind of a interesting looking shape. Is it the angle? Looks like he's got a lot of fuselage in front of the wing. I don't know what that is. That's just a weird angle. Okay, so yeah, back to Roosevelt.
So yeah, right where those two little mounds of dirt, they look like pitcher mounds, large pitcher mounds.
And then there's that red tennis courts to the right of those or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're looking at.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
I'm looking at two different.
That's the elementary. Yeah.
Got it. We're gonna get ourselves busy looking straight down in front of Steve.
Rally 312 Romeo Alpha is about state mile and final 30 Faribault. Like I will traffic, there's 62 about the dog for miles to the north and southwest.
Yeah, so there's another, even closer to us from the one you were talking about. There's a couple little dirt patches flanking the school for the deaf with a white spire.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's and then you see the prison over there to the right.
Yep.
Those white buildings, like gingerbread men on their back.
The old dairy farm, which is they don't use. They use for storage now.
On the other side of the tracks there?
Yep, on the other side of the tracks there. Yep, that's part of Riverbend, so you can actually walk down that road. But it's about as close as you ever want to be to the prison.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I've donated gift certificates to Riverbend for their fundraising stuff.
Okay.
So I bet much of those people.
When the weather's nice, I like to try to get down there at least once a week and just kind of walk around and.
I'm thinking that one woman's maid that works there. It's very interesting, like an African maid. It's not Naomi, but it's something like that. Never many cars in their parking lot, though. Probably most days it's just the employees.
Well, whenever we pull in there, that's about how many cars are there, too.
Yeah. This is kind of the normal sensation of flight that we've been just kind of carving turns and stuff. If you want to shadow me on the stick, Brian, hold the stick lightly with your right hand.
Yep.
What I would recommend is slide your hand down low on the shaft so that your forearm is resting on your leg.
Okay.
And you can hold it how you like. I like holding it like this. I wrap two fingers around the front of the stick, and my thumb is on my side, just like that. It doesn't take much effort. And watch over here. Actually, we have a pretty good horizon over here now. At least one that's visible. I'm going to get going pointing at the horizon. If you look out straight ahead at the horizon, how does that line up with your yaw string, that yarn on the canopy? Is it slightly above or below? Kind of lined right up almost?
Yep. A little high. Yep.
All right. The reason I pointed that out is the way we control our airspeed in gliders is if we want to go faster, we use the stick forward and make our own hill and off we go, right? Yep. We get going fast. Slow down, we pull back. And we wait and slow down. So if you want to hold your airspeed, basically you do this. See the horizon kind of lined up there? Yep. So if you keep the horizon lined up, then all that's left is side to side, right? 1 second. I think I got an aircraft. Sorry, I see that little speck of the sky out to the north. I think he's getting smaller, never mind. Let's keep my eyes peeled for aircraft. For turning, for example, if I want to turn left, I just move the stick left.
Yep.
As soon as it's as steep as I like, I move the stick back to the middle position, and it just locks the turn in, right? We'll just stay in that turn.
Right.
As soon as we're aiming where we want to go, move it to the right, wings are level, and back in the middle. So even during the turn, watch the horizon and your yaw strength. You want to scribe a beautiful parallel line with the nose of the glider right along the horizon, and that'll keep your airspeed nice and steady. All right, you got the stick right?
Okay.
I've got the rudder. I'll keep the rudder pedals. My only job is to keep the yarn pointing at your forehead.
Okay, so you'll coordinate it?
I'll coordinate it, exactly.
Okay.
And
the controls really nice.
yeah, they're fun to fly. They are. And the only thing I'll warn you about is you don't want to jam the stick forward real hard or you'll float out of your seat.
Yeah. About a constant descent of about 200 feet.
Yes.
That's about what you're looking for, and that maintains your speed. And
Well, actually, we get about a 200 foot per minute descent rate right at about 50 knots, right about where you're flying. If
Okay.
you get your airspeed right in the yellow triangle, which is perfect.
okay.
Any faster, any slower, it'll probably sink even faster than that. So, yep.
Gotcha.
This thing will go 135 knots if you're in a rush. So that's about 160 miles an hour. It'll fly as slow as 37 knots. And then that's stall speed. And if you're curious later on, after we fly for a bit, if you'd like me to demonstrate a couple maneuvers, let me know.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, they're very
all for that.
All right. Yeah, disappointed they haven't done their corn maze the last couple of years in a row down there. There used to be this really cool looking corn maze by the edge of the eastern edge of town, out by that water tower. Hey, doing really good, very good.
Yeah, really, you don't really lose the sensation of
Going down?
right.
No. In fact, 200 feet per minute is a very slow walk. It's like a almost stroll. Just a very slow stroll.
So really, and I guess most of the time too. I mean, it's obviously visual flight, but you don't have an artificial horizon in here, or like a turn.
Nope. Nope. So we use the real horizon.
Yep.
Yep, but that's
why
it.
the
Yeah,
mark
so,
is.
yeah, we don't want to lose reference to the horizon, basically. Or the ground, more accurately.
Right.
We often lose the horizon, but as long as you can see the ground, you're right. Yeah, the Germans have really developed these things amazingly well. In World War I, they had to sign the Treaty of Versailles, and in that treaty, they had to agree to not build any power planes, and the key word being power. So they've been building gliders since whenever, 1918 or whenever they signed that, 1920 maybe. And the current crop of gliders are just amazing.
So there's about 45 about as much as you want to go as far as your turning?
No, you can go as steep as you like. But in terms of performance, yeah, once you bank over beyond 45 degrees, you'll lose more altitude.
Okay.
But sometimes it's more fun. So you kind of
Like the wind might be picking up a bit up here, huh?
yeah, became a trade-off. You want me to demonstrate a couple?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. All right. Flight controls. All right. I'm just going to do a 360. So I'm going to do a circle at about 45 degrees.
Okay.
It's usually steeper than most people think it is, but 45 degrees is about like that. I line the screws and hold it my airspeed indicator. I line the diagonal screws up on the horizon. That's my indicator. That's about 45. That's a pretty typical thermally turn. And if any time, you know, it kind of gets you feeling a little funny, just let me know, we'll just stop it. Usually you recover right away, but if you try to brush it off, it might creep up on you worse.
Okay.
So this is what a stall feels like.
Watching the airspeed here.
Yeah. All the way back. That's
So about 30 is when you start to...
yeah, about 35. So watch, it's 40 now.
Yep.
And then 38, 37.
Yep.
And then those drops
35,
right there.
and yep, you can tell you're...
Down it goes. To get that real kind of Wile E. Coyote moment where you hang for a minute and fall for a couple seconds, you have to get a running start like this. So you'll feel pretty light for just a couple seconds as the nose drops.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, it just drops right out.
Yep. Climbing turn feels like this. Get a little light over the top of this one.
Putting a lot of rudder in there.
Yes, you feel that, right?
Yep.
Feel 100%, 90%, 80%?
Oh, we're good.
Perfectly good?
Yep.
All right, you might like a hammerhead, Ryan. Want to try one?
Sure.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm going to get up about 80 knots,
Okay.
and then I'm going to pull straight back, go up like a rocket, and
Okay.
right at the top, I'm going to put one of the rudder pedals right to the floor, and if I get it just right, it's like somebody put a thumbtack in our wingtip.
All right.
All right, here we go. We'll feel about 2.5 G's on the pull-up.
All right.
You might want to take the stomach muscle right about here.
Sensation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Walmart gives us a lot of thermals. The parking lot heats up so nice.
A lot of hot air down there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, we don't want to tell them to figure out a way to charge it. Oh, another glider, get the end number. We'll go over and see if there's something over there. And it's up to you. You want to fly a little, want to ride a little? Totally up to you.
Sure. I'll fly a little bit.
You got it. Just sleep with the rudder pedals there for a minute. I'm back. See if we can find a little lift over this Walmart. There's a lot of clouds above us, but it's amazing how much heat does get through, even a fairly thick layer. Let's see if we get some. A little to the right, maybe. I can't remember. I don't think there's much wind down there today. Let's see if we get that needle going up.
Yep. We're keeping an eye on that.
It has been pretty smooth today, I have to admit. Make a turn to the left here. We'll go back over it one more time.
Okay.
You can add a few knots. Get a little closer to 50.
Okay.
Yeah, then We've got a longer flight and the controls will be more responsive. Anything below 50, it's not much to get easy. There you go.
Gotcha.
And if you see any birds at all in the air, let me know. They are the experts. We often join hawks and turkey vultures, pelicans, eagles. What's cool is, they use the thermals to gain altitude also. They're very smart creatures. They don't want to burn calories if they don't have to. And because we don't make any noise, and we're so much bigger than they are not afraid of us. Pelicans are a little skittish, but hawks, eagles, turkey vultures, they're like, look at this, a Buick. Because they can outmaneuver us. Yeah, it's very smooth today. Which in itself is kind of a neat feeling.
Oh yeah.
You don't get bounced around. Oh, we got the fair going on in town. I didn't know that.
Well, it's Heritage Days.
Oh, is it? See it down there? Maybe you can see this pink lights.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's not a scrambler. Some roundy thing.
We were down there earlier, but the carnival hadn't started yet, so there wasn't a lot to see. Some carnies kind of standing around and a couple of kids.
Get the high-speed pass, but I don't know if we could make the runway afterwards. So. It's funny when we race these, and we do race them. We get 50, 60 gliders together for a couple weeks, and we try to fly around these 200-300 mile courses each day. Well, actually, we fly around it, but we try to do it really fast. The way we finish a flight like that, I think we have just enough altitude to make a pass over that there, and then we'll have to head back.
Okay.
We do a high-speed pass over the runway when we come back at about 160 miles an hour, 50 feet off the runway, and we can pull up and regain about 600-700 feet of altitude. Very cool maneuver. There's Shattuck to the left. That's a cool sight from there too. That's like Hogwarts.
Clock tower, yeah.
Hogwarts. Yep.
And the ship factory. It's always nice to see what's going on down there.
You seem to stick for a minute. I'm gonna go this way, and then I'm gonna go real steep so we can look right down to the right.
Okay.
Look at the Ferris right below us. Woohoo! That's pretty set up. So who's the entertainment this year? You know, for the band?
I don't know. I heard him a couple of nights ago, but last night was so rainy. I don't think anybody was down there.
That was I'm going to bring up the speed at Ditch. You want to fly a little more? I'll
Sure.
keep it right about 55, right around 55 and 60. That's our best glide ratio.
Okay.
And that'll get us the furthest distance with the amount of altitude that we've got.
All right.
That's our, oh my gosh, please let me make it back to the airport speed.
Okay.
And we're plenty good. Like to enter the cannon about 1,000 feet above ground, so it's just perfect. These little gravel pits and junkyards off to the right here give us a lot of good thermals too. Walmart is the favorite.
Huh. Well, I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, anything dark and dry, and boy, Walmart's pretty consistent. Turn and head up I-35 here a little bit. There we go. Yeah, right over there. There's the electric plant there. They burn natural gas and produce electricity.
Not enough wind to turn their wind turbine today.
I was noticing that too. You can see the steam kind of trickling out of their coolers. It's not really going anywhere. My tow pilot is the next group of customers a briefing on the glider that's on the grass there.
Oh yeah? Okay. Yeah, where is it?
Faribault traffic, glider 37 Mike, heavy inside, I'm up into your left.
Yep, there he is.
If you're going in right now, that should be fine. We'll be number 2.
It startled me when that call is like, wait a second.
Wait a minute, that's where we are.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so funny. I live up here, and that what happened right there might happen once a year.
Yep.
It's so funny. Well, I shouldn't say it's funny, but I'm glad it only happens once a year.
Yeah.
Faribault traffic, glider 37 Mike, entering left downwind, number 12, number 2. We'll just saunter down at 45 minutes. See someone else landed before him down there too. He's making his way to the fuel pumps. I didn't see him come in. Interesting. I also see Lou down there. He's got a couple of the guy with that big bus. He's got a couple cars helping him get repaired. You can just make out the Twin Cities, Brian. Look on the horizon real closely. At certain times you can just make out the sky.
Oh yeah.
See it?
Yep.
Looks like a battleship on the horizon during a certain. Sometimes when the sun hits it just right, it's very cool.
Yeah, Bethany would love this. I don't know. A lot of people just have misconceptions about flight, and I don't know how scary it is, but I've never really considered it that.
No. Well,
scary.
Yeah, if she considers it, I recommend this time of the evening, like the sunset flights where the air is smooth,
yeah.
The sun gets low in the sky, you get these beautiful long shadows.
My last flight was at Sky Harbor Airport. We took up yeah, and took up the Havilland. What's the name of it? It's like
just one second. Faribault traffic, glider
the Havilland Beaver is what it was. Took one of those up and never taken off and landed on water before, so that was fun too.
Yeah, very cool. Flat set, undercarriage down, lock speed, 60 out of big bit. We actually don't have flaps, but we gotta set it. Trim set, air brakes check. Now look at the runway, Brian. This is interesting. I'm gonna go full spoilers and watch the perspective on landing. We could actually